When it comes to anime, a bunch of characters get glazed, and they mainly have good reasons to why they're getting glazed. But today we have part 2 of the most glazed characters of all time, 2. Yeah, let's check it out. I think last time it was Shanks, Itachi, and I don't remember the last one, but it was lucky, it was facts, and it was funny. So let's get it going. What?
Hey babe, you want to go to a show tonight? Don't worry, it's included.
Okay, so in the last video, we went through a couple characters that get
loud?
glazed a bit too much, and I asked if y'all wanted a part 2, and a bunch of y'all said yes, because I most definitely missed some of the main offenders. So in this video, I want to try and tie up as many loose ends as possible and talk about some more of the most glazed characters of all time. First off, I want to talk about some honorable mentions, which are characters that I don't really think deserve to be here, but are glazed enough to talk about them. One of them being Thorfinn, more specifically the I have no enemies mindset, which essentially culminates as Thorfinn realizing that this Viking life of unaliving people and searching for revenge was not really going anywhere good, so there was truly no reason to have enemies at that point. It's a very good mindset.
I have no say on it because I still haven't watched Villain Saga. Like, there's no reason, because I keep hearing everybody says it's really good. I just like procrastinate. Like, there's no like main reason to it. So
and it inspired a lot of positivity, but in my opinion, there was two key problems with what was going on. First off, a lot of people were dragging how revolutionary this mindset was in fiction. Like, it's crazy. If you only listen to his fans, you would have thought that Thorfinn was the first character who was looking for peace in his life and wanted to avoid having enemies. Like, we haven't seen that before. Thorfinn did it differently for sure, but someone like Naruto is one of the first people that pops into my mind when I think of not wanting / having enemies. The other half of the time, people wouldn't even follow the mindset. They'll yap about having no enemies, then an hour later get on the game shouting the most foul rhetoric of all time.
Your life is
nothing.
You serve
zero purpose.
You should kill
one of the other characters that I wanted to mention is Guts, who isn't glazed like other characters. I think it's just that nowadays Berserk.
No, I think Berserk. I hear a lot of people like gas up as one of the best mangas ever. Like, and but it's like a recent thing, which I don't have a say because I haven't read or watched Berserk. I've only seen that one scene. If you know, you know. But yeah, I don't. Mr. Take That Risk. Is he writing down lyrics in his?
Berserk is becoming more mainstream, so people are starting to do more Berserk related things, like getting the brand of sacrifice tattooed on them.
Oh, dude, why? Okay, Berserk fans, stop. All right, what are you doing? Come on. So many of them have that tattoo.
I would never do personally, because in the series it's supposed to summon demons, but that's probably the inner preacher in me tweaking out over it. I don't actually care if other people do it. And finally, the last character in the honorable mentions is Zoro. I was really debating putting Zoro in here because he does have a lot of glazers, but the Zoro fans are much more fierce and numerous than the Shanks fans, and I've already revealed that Sanji is my favorite of the two, so it probably wouldn't end well for me. So I guess all I say about Zoro,
I think Zoro fans are like the coolest fans out of characters in One Piece, to be honest. Shanks fans are pretty bad. Luffy fans are even worse. Mihawk fans, I don't gotta say too much about that. Dragon fans, I'd rather be an Oris fan than a Dragon fan. I'm just saying.
Is that he's a cool character, just has a lot of glazers.
That don't work. There's no way out of this.
Is that a Matrix poster? No. You're done.
Nah, y'all are crazy if you actually thought I wasn't putting this man in the video. Luffy glaze makes sense because he's the MC, but this man Zoro be getting so much gawk from his fans, it's not even funny. Now, I think we all understand the appeal
what
to
was
Zoro.
That dude
he's
doing?
A really cool character and the vice captain of the Straw Hats, and he's consistently shown his loyalty to Luffy and the crew time after time. Plus, his fighting style is extremely unique because he uses three swords to fight people. And when he's getting serious, he puts on a bandana, which is honestly really cool.
Not a bandana, a do-rag.
Y'all be glazing this man like he's the captain himself. Hint, hint. And what I mean by this is Zoro's inflated strength in the eyes of some of his fans. It's like YT Shanks again, but worse because it's not justified. Like, people really think that this man is an admiral level fighter or stronger. How do we believe that Zoro is stronger than Kizaru?
Okay, he's not stronger than Kizaru, but he's definitely up there. There's no way he's not. Like, come on. I'm not even don't nobody stop glazing Zoro because I'm not, but it is true. He is definitely up there.
Care what we've seen in the manga. He's getting speed blitz and beat by Kizaru 10 times out of 10. And don't tell me that I'm being crazy. You Zoro fans brought this upon yourselves because the Zoro glaze doesn't even stop there. Remember ZKK, which was a theory going on during the Wano arc run in the manga? Out of all the theories and agendas in One Piece, this one actually had some people in a chokehold. Essentially, ZKK stands for Zoro kills Kaido, and people really thought this was finna happen. All of the delusion from the Zoro fans was
okay. That is delusion. There's no way you thinking Zoro's gonna kill Kaido. Listen, Zoro's not the main character, alright? He was meant to be defeated by Luffy, not Zoro. Like, It's not Zoro piece, alright?
Culminated, and what did they get? Zoro pulled out his strongest move at the time, Ashura, against Kaido, and left him with a chest wound that Kaido kinda just walked off anyways. Did the Zoro fans really believe that Luffy wasn't gonna beat Kaido in the end? It only makes sense for the captain of the crew to defeat the Yonko, and that leads me to my next point for the Zoro Glazers. There are a certain subgroup of people that believe that Zoro and Luffy are equal in strength. Yet again, I don't know what series you guys have read or watched, but there is no way
I can say from a few parts, Zoro was stronger. I would say like up to Whiskey Peak, Zoro was stronger. Everything past that, yeah, no. That's pure facts.
They're saying Zoro is the same strength as Luffy. I don't care about them both having Conqueror's coding or whatever other gymnastics the Zoro fans want to go through. Zoro is closer to Sanji than he is to Luffy, easily. Which brings me to an elephant in the room. Zoro Glazers versus Sanji Glazers.
Oh my
Despite all the slander Sanji fans go through, they are—
Sanji fans? They're cool as well. Because they don't say outlandish things. I cannot lie. They don't. They're calm and collected, and they're just waiting for Sanji to have his shine. Which isn't going to happen anytime soon. But, he'll get there one day.
Are more reasonable when it comes to talking about strength than Zoro fans. Zoro Glazers for some reason will always hate to admit that Sanji and Zoro are almost equals in strength, which is crazy considering that one is only seen cooking and simping and the other one is actually training. I don't care which one you like more, but these guys are basically the rivals of the crew. Yet the Zoro Glazers allowed some of y'all to act like there's some massive gap between him and Sanji. And while we're still in One Piece, it's only natural that we talk about Zoro's master as well, Dracula Mihawk. After the last video, it has come to my attention that I might have come off as a Mihawk Glazer, which is probably more true than it is false. You know, it's my fault that I took Oda's word when he stated that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman in the world, which also roughly translates to the strongest person in the world who uses a sword. And you know, we've seen someone like Shanks use a sword as his primary weapon, which makes him a swordsman. But I guess I was getting too hasty. And I also like to try to be impartial, so let's talk about it. First off, as we all know, Mihawk is the strongest swordsman in One Piece and a character shrouded with mystery. When we talk about characters with self-interest, Mihawk is one of the prime examples of that. He acts of his own accord and he just spends most of his time in the series chilling. He's kind of like the max player in the game who just looks for achievements. Now the Mihawk Glaze and the Shanks Glaze are almost comparable in magnitude. One fan base uses Walmart Roger comparisons and heights, while the other clings to a single title that could potentially cause their favorite character to look like a fraud in the end. For example, why on earth is the world's strongest swordsman in the East Blue chasing Don Krieg and bullying pre-Alabasta Straw Hats? We should also talk about his performance during Marine 4.
Why? Like, out of everything, why Don Krieg? Dude, Mihawk, what are you doing?
This man Vista was giving Mihawk the fight of his lifetime. He made
somebody said that Vista was like above Mihawk. I saw it recently, I think it was my Discord. I was like, what? Bro, I don't know what.
But so much that he had to run away. Then we can't forget the fact that this guy was getting his slashes blocked by Jozu, Crocodile, and freaking Das Bones. We might actually need Alabasta Zoro to teach this man a thing or two. And
bro, I need an ad blocker. This is getting out of hand. I can't do it no more.
He got an iceberg, I guess. To top it all off, he ran away from the right-hand bandit himself because he didn't agree to fight Shanks. And that's all this man has really done in the series. Mihawk.
Whoa, that's insane. Y'all saw that? Oh, I mudded it. I mean, muted it.
And that's all this man.
Bro, he pulled out a Gojo. That's insane.
Is really done in the series. Mihawk Glazers will also cling to the fact that he has a black blade, which is definitely something special, but we don't even know how this man got it. For all we know, the memes are true and he just painted the blade. But there are some people who are still saying that this man is top one in the verse, despite the fact that this man has only shown us to be an East Blue merchant who only relies on sword skill and not his strength. The Mihawk fans are really putting all their hopes and dreams into this last arc because Mihawk needs to perform. Now, we can only hope that this segment satisfies the Shanks fans so they can finally stop yapping about Mr. Pre-Devil Fruit Blackbeard victim and release me from my shackles.
Breaking Bad.
Okay, so next up we have Itachi's prototype.
Oh my goodness. The Shishui fans, dude, I don't know how there's even Shishui fans. He had like 3 episodes of screen time max. And they like to use his video game feats to be like, oh, so that means he's strong, one of the strongest characters in the verse. Oh, Klamotsukami can, it can one-shot any character, but even though Obito can defeat just like that without a Klamotsukami. Bro, I cannot stand Shishui and his fans. How are you a fan of somebody that's not on the screen?
known as Shisui Uchiha. Now this guy has an interesting
Bro.
fan base because Shisui barely has any screen time.
Exactly.
Like we need to go through a bunch of different mediums to learn about this character, like the novels, anime, filler, quote unquote, and even the Ninja Storm games. Like every other character in Naruto and Shippuden, Shisui grew up in the war periods of Naruto and often saw his allies getting murked. Eventually, Itachi would become his best friend, and the two would play integral roles in trying to prevent the Uchiha revolt. However, some stuff happened which led to Shisui having to delete his own character build and give his eye to Itachi. His name also gets name dropped a lot throughout the series, so this character does have an impact on the story. So unlike Itachi, who was in the story long enough to build up a reasonable number of glazers, Shisui just has a bunch of glazers just because. No problem with liking the character, but glazing and overhyping him is wild. It's either because he's an Uchiha or those eyes have deceived a bunch of y'all.
It's because he's an Uchiha. Naruto fans, they love Uchihas. I can't name not one person that hates a single Uchiha character. There's too many good ones. Most Uchiha characters are good characters, like Madara, Obito, Itachi, Sasuke. Am I missing any? And then there's the pseudos like Kakashi. Like, how can you not like a Sharingan-based character? It's kind of hard not to.
Out into glazing him. Shisui's Mangekyo Sharingan ability is something called Kodo Amatsukami, which is an extremely strong genjutsu that can basically allow the user to control someone's mind to an extent. Small caveat here, but you can only use the jutsu every 10 years or once every day if you have Hashirama cells. But Shisui fans hype this jutsu up so much and will try to convince you that he's beating pain or something. It's like the Itachi fans with Totsuka Blade yapping, but worse, because Shisui's actually just seen as a
the Totsuka Blade. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. But I think I talked about last video.
Jonin in the series, albeit
so
a very
bad.
talented one. These fans will also try to talk about Shisui Susanoo, which does exist in the games and filler, which then has people talking about the validity of those forms of media. But one thing we can all agree on is that
those games are canon. Like I know, I think it was Generations, or is it Revolution? I don't know what game exactly was called, but that that stuff was canon, and Kishimoto did help even come up with the stuff. But it's just not in the main continuity of the series because they didn't talk about it. But it is technically, if you want to count it as canon or not canon, it doesn't really matter. Like personally, I count it as canon just because. But if you don't want to count it as canon, that's fine as well.
Shisui does not have a
perfect Susanoo. He doesn't have a perfect Susanoo. Like no.
Susanoo. If he was running around with the perfect Susanoo, he'd be the strongest Uchiha member at the time. He also wouldn't have had Danzo run his pockets if he had this massive drill sword too. Again, there's no problem with liking the character, but don't come to me saying that you think he could beat Minato or anything like that. At that point, I know not to take you seriously. If you're enjoying the video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe. We're mad close to 40K, and I'd really appreciate this.
I'm already subscribed.
Let's get back to a certain middle-aged man. Next up, we're talking about Mr. Toji Fushiguro.
I might be on this list for a valid reason. He's gonna bring up some stuff, but he better not bring up no Maki stuff, because I will defend this man till I die.
The teen hunter himself, and apparently I low-key was building up some type of streak of Toji slander in my videos.
What you mean?
Honestly a bit surprising. Anyways, Toji Fushiguro is a character that has a bit more depth than meets the eyes. On the outside, he's an Aki guy with a bunch of weapons that just goes out and beats the brakes off of people. However, on the inside, we see someone who's been affected by the nonsense of the Zenin clan due to him having a heavenly restriction, eliminating all of his cursed energy. As we've already seen with Maki, lacking strong cursed techniques or lacking cursed energy altogether is a blight for this family, and it often leads to people being alienated. Toji was one of those who were alienated and eventually left the Zenin clan, marrying Megumi's mom and seemingly finding some sort of happiness. But this is where we run into some problems with the Toji Glazers. As I've mentioned in the past, the JJK fandom is very creative, and there have been many fan-made one-shot mangas about Toji, which is fine as long as we know that they are fan-made and not canon. However, there are a good amount of Toji Glazers who try to act like these fan-made works are canon and try to talk about random events that never actually happened.
Okay, now that's insane. That's just lunacy. That is delusion. Send him to Arkham Asylum right now. Because there is no way you make up a whole manga or a one shot and you call it canon after you made it, bro. What? That's like saying, okay, that's
like no. We did not see the backstory of Toji and the Zenin clan, and then there are the wholesome fan arts showing the lives of Toji and Megumi's mom, and the Toji Glazers will try to delude themselves and everyone around them that this is who Toji was in the series. In reality, this guy was a deadbeat. He was making ends meet by taking jobs to take out high school kids.
Bro,
high school.
And then he hit them parlays, or at least he tried to hit the parlays. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, because you either go big or you go home, or broke, or on the streets. You know, he probably was on the streets for like a few days. Nothing wrong with that.
Kids that he needs prep time to take out. Toji fans
what
always
you
talk
mean?
about him catching a kids. In reality, this guy was a deadbeat dad who was making ends meet by taking jobs to take out high school kids. High school
that's
kids
fine.
that he needs prep time to take out.
Okay, it's Gojo. He's a 6 eyes user. All right. No duh. He has limitless. You need to prep for that. You can't just walk in there and you're gonna get hella purple. That's what happened to him. Actually, that was pre-awakened Gojo, but I'm just saying. He's a strong kid. He's not a normal kid. Alright.
Toji fans always talk about him catching a pre-awakened Teen Gojo lacking and essentially murking him. This fight is like the holy grail to them. But then they somehow always forget how Gojo spun back after learning RCT and was breaking this man's back end with red and turned him into the Apple logo with purple. His Gojo fight and the one against Dagon somehow brings Toji to 15-finger Sukuna level, which is an actual debate that Toji fans always bring up.
Okay. He's stronger than Maki. I'm gonna say this over and over again. Toji Fushiguro is stronger than Maki Zenin. And it's pure facts. Alright. Even Gege himself said that Toji's stronger. And there's nothing you can say about that. Because it is true.
And the anime didn't make this any better with how many times Toji was seen teleporting around. Now people legitimately think that this guy's a top 3 level fighter in the series when he's still just a Yuta victim. No one.
I can't deny that. He is a Yuta victim, right? I can't deny it. That Yuta's OP, right? However, I saw a question how he died to Gojo's purple in the first place. Like, he could have moved out the... that still makes no sense to me, but...
No amount of prep time is helping him against Rika or anything. And spoilers for the manga here, so skip here to avoid them. But they'll also yap about Maki being weaker than Toji.
She
is!
It has
been stated multiple times that they are equal in strength after Maki got her away.
Yes, they might be equal in strength, like physical strength. But his battle IQ is higher, which makes him stronger than her. You cannot tell me otherwise. That's like saying you're the same strength as Mike Tyson, but you're gonna lose because you cannot fight like Mike Tyson. You are no Mike Tyson. You're gonna get whooped regardless, same strength or not. That's the same logic here. Toji is stronger than Maki.
Awakening, which means that Maki's the only one who's been carrying Toji's power level in the series. If anything, Maki is stronger than Toji at this point.
No,
he's probably gotten stronger since this point of the story.
No,
the
bro.
Glazers,
there was no probablies. Do not use that. You can't use that's headcanon. Don't do that. No. Toji's stronger.
To stop with these agendas because they're getting crazier by the day. They are probably even worse than the Gojo Glazers, which brings us to our next character, Satoru Gojo. I low-key want to keep this part short because
they say it.
I'll sound like a broken record. We all know that Gojo Glazers come in all sorts of fashions, whether it be because of his strength, how he looks, or even his influence on New Gen as a whole. Despite what many may say, Gojo is a well-written character and his abilities coincide with some of the struggles he has as the strongest. Infinity is an ability that creates an unreachable distance between Gojo and anyone or thing he doesn't want to pass that barrier. This is similar to how since Gojo is the strongest, he could never really have a strong connection between himself and others. That's why Gojo can come off as cold at times. But we all know that half the time the Gojo Glazers are not thinking about that. They are typically in the comments talking about how Gojo solos someone's favorite verse because of Infinity, which is probably one of the main reasons a lot of people hate talking about Gojo. To bypass Infinity, which is an infinite space, you need infinite speed or some type of hacks that help you touch Gojo.
I would say it's either like instantaneous like move or something that's infinite speed that can bypass it. Like for example, like a Kamui, it doesn't travel, it just spawns right there. Like moves that's like that don't have to travel, that can hit Gojo. So yeah.
Now I can only imagine that this variability has caused many broken keyboards and raging from some people because not a lot.
And just like the world cutting slash, it cuts like the space, and it cuts his space.
A lot of our favorite characters can get by it.
For example, like
you can argue it well. Keywords being argue it well. You can even claim that Gojo can beat Goku, which is an extremely controversial statement. Not even the author can deal with this ability effectively and has to do stuff like sealing Gojo to keep him out of the plot. It's things like these that explain why Gojo's top hater is the author himself. In about 10 or so years, Gojo's gonna be like the Itachi of New Gen, a character that is glazed to no end. He's probably the most popular character right now outside of obvious characters like Goku or Naruto. We've all seen it before, and I don't expect it to die down anytime soon. People will worship their blue-eyed king no matter what happens in the series. Heck, even a narrator will glaze Gojo in
genuine question. I was thinking about this because I know One Piece is like one of the most popular animes like in the world, right? I think it's like the most popular right now. But who's like as like a main character, like who's more popular or like known, Luffy or Naruto? Like it's not like trying to like debate or whatever. It's like a genuine question. It would be Naruto or Luffy. I have no idea.
Talking about someone else's abilities, like
because
how on earth are we explaining
like any unk in my generation to picture Naruto, they're like, oh, that's Naruto or something like that. But you see One Piece, like a Luffy, they'll be like, who is that? That's what I'm getting that.
Obito's ability and somehow bring up Gojo in it. This man just always finds a way into anything. So next up we have
Oh my
Saitama.
goodness.
Now the
Dude,
next
the
two
Saitama
characters,
glitches
more
are
so the
bad.
last bum we're talking about, have come to prominence mainly due to Goku and his fans. Saitama is a character that some call a gag character in the sense that he's kind of
He's
just
not a
able
gag
to win
character.
any fight and surpass any limits if the plot needs it. And it's even further compounded with how Saitama got such absurd strength despite having a fairly simple workout routine. It almost gets to Toon Force levels of strength, and his nonchalant demeanor makes it pretty funny at times. But the Toon Force like strength is what gets people in a chokehold, because people
Toon
quite literally
Force?
believe that Saitama can beat anyone.
Where does he get Toon Force from Saitama? I don't remember him doing anything Toon Force wise.
And I'm not even joking. Any fight that he's in, the average Saitama Glazer will say that he can defeat the opponent in one punch because he's the one punch man. Saitama can also do anything in the eyes of a Saitama Glazer because he's been shown to just do a lot of things just because he can. Yes guys, Saitama is boundless and has no limits to anything. Shoot, even though we've never seen this man
He's
do elemental
boundless.
bending, he could probably bend all four of them and secretly be the Avatar. But we can't be too hard on Saitama fans because they don't know any better. If their MC has been shown to do crazy stuff, we are obligated to let them delude themselves into believing that they can do anything in the entire world, and that includes allowing them to think that he could be Goku. Which brings us to our last character in the video, Anos Voldigold. Now, some of y'all may not know.
I mean, that's like deserved glaze, so it's Anos. I mean, I'm not glazing him, I'm just saying he's he's really OP, so I have nothing to say about that.
About this guy. Some may have only heard of his name and not his show, and to the 5 people who actually watched Misfit of Demon Academy, you probably know him very well. Anos
I
is a
watched it.
prototypical overpowered
OP.
MC, but this guy's a special case in the fact that his strength is so absurd in the series. Like, I'm talking about beating people with a heartbeat or blinking at someone and taking them out. And there's a whole other laundry list of abilities like teleportation, time stop resistance, resurrection, etc. And I know all these overpowered abilities got the power scalers hyped up. From what I've seen, a lot of the events that happen in this
I give
series
him
is
power-
that some random
Okay, I give him on power scaling like Crossverse. I can't do that no more, bro. Like, actually, I don't mind it, but when people like get into like the pixel scaling and like doing the most, I was like, all right, bro, you got it. I just can't be bothered with that. Me
crazy
personally.
disrespectful to Anos, and then he just violates them. But you know, besides having repetitive plot
I made a
points,
video
there's
talking
another
about it.
problem I have with this character. It's the fact that the only
Come on,
reason
take
why
like
people
a-
glaze this character,
gives me a
or heck,
headache.
even know about this character, is because of
gets
Goku.
annoying.
Essentially, a bunch of people were tired of the "but can he be Goku though" jokes, and people decided to search far and wide to find characters that could even
But
hope
can
to be
he be
Goku.
Goku?
Anos is one of these characters, and I guarantee you, half of these people who even read his series were just pressed by Goku glazers. Can you imagine that? You aren't ever finding someone breaking down his character because no one cares about it. Anos and his glazers are the only groups in anime that have actually gained clout off another character's existence. Shoot, the
That
first
is
time
true.
I ever heard of this character was because someone mentioned Goku.
That
This
is
guy could be
true.
replaced by anyone and no one would blink twice because the only value in this character's existence is that he has the capabilities to beat Goku or other strong characters.
Right.
Anos glazers are the first fandom I've ever seen in quantum superposition. They both exist
What?
and don't exist at the same time, and once you mention Goku, they spring up alive into action. Once you say that he's stronger than Goku, they're gone. It's incredible, and I don't care about how many non-existent Anos glazers there are in the comment section. I just had to tell the truth about this character. Now, hopefully I was able to tie up all the loose ends in this video because
Goku
it was a longer
glazers.
video than usual. I know some of y'all want a longer video, so hopefully this helped with that. If I missed
No, that
any
was
other
good.
characters, just tell me in the comments. I'll make a follow-up
What
later.
did
But
you
it will
miss?
probably be after some other video ideas I got in the works. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day and peace out.
See, man, I think another glazer that he missed would be the Wally West fans. Oh my goodness. And then the Batman. Oh yeah, Batman. Oh, but I think this is anime though. But if they're not doing anime, Batman fans, you guys have to stop. Somebody said, with prep time, Batman's beating Spider-Man. Are you out of your mind? In what world is Batman beating Spider-Man? Bro, one serious punch from Batman, he's cooked. But hey, that's just my opinion on that. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. See ya.